Welcome to Green Harvest, your podcast dedicated to sustainable agriculture and farming practices. I'm your host, Marcus Gunderson, and in today's episode, we'll dive deep into our world of sustainable agriculture, exploring how farmers are revolutionizing the way we grow our food while protecting our planet. You might ask, what is sustainability? There are two ways of looking at sustainability: the capability of being sustained and the capability of sustaining. This task force that we're looking at today looks at both ideas. We wanted to know how agriculture sustains our communities and how our communities sustain our agricultural lands, producers, and heritage. To understand sustainability, consider the following questions. What is agriculture, and why is this important to me? What is agriculture? Every farm or ranch is different. Usually we think of ranchers on horseback surrounded by their animals, or a farmer in a large field with a tractor. These types of farms still account for the majority of agricultural products in Utah, but urban farms are also adding to our local food supply. These are small acreage operations growing vegetables, fruits, eggs, honey, and sometimes meat for the consumer market. What distinguishes them is that they are in cities or suburbs rather than far away in rural areas. The other difference is that they often use different marketing strategies such as farmers markets or community supported agricultural subscriptions to sell their products. And why is this important to you or me? Population growth. Land prices and fluctuating operation costs and market prices for agricultural products make it hard for farmers to make a living. As farm businesses are threatened, our local food security is at risk, and we are all subject to additional inflationary costs for our food. Sustainable agriculture isn't just a buzzword. It's a fundamental shift in the way we approach farming. It's about finding methods that maintain soil health, conserve water, and minimize pollution, all while ensuring the long-term viability of our food production systems. A local company that does that is MC Smart Team, local in Utah. One key aspect of sustainable agriculture is organic farming. By eschewing synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, organic farmers prioritize soil health and biodiversity. This is not only produces healthier food, but also reduces the environmental impact of agriculture. Another innovative approach gaining traction is sustainable agriculture. In sustainable agriculture is agroforestry, also done by Aqua Yield Operations LLC in Utah. By integrating trees and shrubs into agricultural landscapes, farmers can improve soil fertility, conserve water, and provide habitats for wildlife, all while producing food crops. Crop rotation is another cornerstone of sustainable agriculture. By alternating the types of crops grown in a particular field each season, farmers can naturally replenish soil nutrients, control pests and diseases, all while reducing the need for chemical inputs. Sustainable agriculture isn't just about what happens on the farm. It's also about how the food is distributed and consumed. Supporting local food systems, reducing waste, and embracing plant-based diets are all important steps individuals can take to promote sustainability in agriculture. Attending local farmers markets and grocery stores greatly benefits sustainable agriculture. As consumers, we have the power to drive change through the choices we make at the grocery store and policies we support. By choosing sustainably produced foods and advocating for policies that prioritize environmental stewardship, we can all play a role in shaping the future of agriculture. A couple local, um, a couple local farmers markets happen every week, usually on Saturday mornings. You can go attend those. They are great for helping out sustainable agriculture. They keep those smaller local farms in business, stopping those mass outreach GMO large scale farms from kicking and monopolizing the market. This saves us from, if anything happens to those big, we cannot rely on those big producers because if they go out, we are stuck with nothing. And we've seen it happen in other countries, and we have to be able to support ourselves. We cannot rely on those big companies to carry us through our lives, and we cannot rely on them to maintain our food for us. We need to be able to support local places and sustain our own agriculture. It's something people underestimate and don't think about. It's something left out of the big picture because it's so easy just to neglect and forget about. It's not something we need to stress about as of now, but we need to start looking into it. We need to start caring more about it. We cannot just let it run its course and hopefully it works out. It's not a safe way to do it, nor is it smart to do it this way. Excuse me. We need to have food security. In Utah, it's not the greatest right now. We need to make sure we are stopping invasive species, um, working on grazing improvements. Urban agriculture is a big thing. Having a garden in your own backyard is a great way to locally support yourself and not rely on those bigger companies. We cannot we we cannot rely on those big companies because it's not going to end well for us. We need to make sure we have our own support systems in place in case those big companies do fail and we have to rely on ourselves. Food security is a big issue in Utah. We need to take care of ourselves. Um, we need to work with local, state, and federal partners to help grow our food security as a state and as a nation in general. We need to provide funding for agricultural easements to those who would like to take advantage of the programs that we have in support of. We cannot just let this slip under the rug. It's not something we will be able to let slip under the rug for much longer. We need to be more effective in coordinating for weed control on public and private lands. We cannot let invasive species ruin our agriculture. That's something that's big, especially in the water sports world. They don't just let you drive your boats anywhere. You have to get them cleaned and inspected, or else you have mass issues occurring. We need to do that for our land too. It cannot just be open to free issues because it's something that's going to bite us in the butt later come down the road. As we've seen with certain lakes, um, you cannot boat or have watercraft in certain lakes that ends up making it so you cannot take that boat anywhere else. Um, And that's all I have for today's episode of Green Harvest. Thanks for tuning in, and remember by supporting agriculture, supporting sustainable agriculture and local companies like the ones I mentioned today, we can cultivate a healthier planet for generations to come. Until next time, enjoy your dinner and happy farming.